If you couldn't see it, you certainly would have heard it. The storm struck Newcastle at midday, unloading late summer rain.
A line of thunderstorms has moved right across the entire state of New South Wales, but the city of Newcastle had one slow-moving storm cell which recorded 33 millimetres in around half an hour.
By 1 o'clock, that figure doubled, the downpour submerging intersections and closing shopping centres. Cars were left flooded at Westfield Katara during the lunchtime rush.
McILRICK's a boat now.
Inside the newly refurbished complex, the ceiling of a jeweller's shop gave way.
Totally collapsed and the water was like a water feature.
In Newcastle's inner western suburbs, memories of the June 2007 long weekend came flooding back, with overwhelmed drains spilling into nearby yards.
I think in all fairness to the likes of us people, council have to do something.
A double blow for the owners of this house, with building products being used to renovate after last year's June storm now ruined.
Yeah, we've had a few close calls, and then the June one, and then just now. So yeah, there's definitely a drainage issue.
At one stage, the water from Sticks Creek was so high it blocked the road behind me. There were even reports of children using the canal to bodyboard. Thankfully, their stupidity was short-lived, much like the storm itself. It lasted an hour at most, but left behind another clean-up, something Newcastle is sadly becoming accustomed to. Adam McILRICK, NBN News. Drenched in the afternoon sun, the last of 2007, the Warners Bay foreshore was a place to ponder a year just past, a full circle of new moves and first steps.
She was born in January and extremely proud of her.
Tell us, what was your proudest moment of the year?
Winning the grand final with the West Bulls and Magpies.
Proudest moment was my daughter graduating from kindergarten this year.
A classic sunset signalled the start of parties, a tight white theme which turned a bit blue.
Throughout the night we'll just end up taking all our clothes off.
Others spent the evening covering up, while every party needed its characters. What an A-list. Dolly, Marilyn, Cleopatra, even Superman stopped by. At Stockton, 10,000 people thought they had the best view of the fireworks, and they did to begin with, before realising Newcastle's working harbour stops for no one. Grinspoon kept Queen's Wharf going, interrupted only by the count. The night finished off with a new adventure. When the big parties ended, revellers were faced with a sobering task. For thousands of Hunter people, especially those here in Newcastle, just getting home was their first challenge of the new year. Some had a longer walk than others.
We love Dummy!
Alcohol-related offences and injuries were common, but for the majority, the start of 2008 will be remembered for all the right reasons. Born at 1:31 this morning, baby Jaden just couldn't wait. 12 days premature, he's the Hunter's first bub, and so begins a new cycle. Adam McILRICK, NBN News. This vision was shown last night on A Current Affair. 3 girls laying into each other, surrounded by a mob, one of the girls' mothers among them. Social experts don't know what caused the fight, but can explain the behaviour of bullies.
Some young people who are so insecure that they have to seek power any way they can, and they're generally egged on by others who get their power by being associated with those who are silly enough to get involved in this sort of.
Clinical psychologist Professor Trevor Waring says bullies have always existed. This particular kind of violence, though, hasn't, and the prevalence of mobile phone cameras means we're seeing much more of it.
The expression of that bullying has escalated, correlated with the sort of violence that people are exposed to, young people are exposed to in the media, in the newspapers, on television.
Carly McCaffrey works in schools for life education, and peer pressure is what she deals with most. Yet she can't believe those watching the encounter didn't stop the fight sooner.
At Life Education, we do try and develop within all students the ability to get in there and help one another and make positive choices, not poor choices. And most of the time kids do.
Whether any of those poor choices lead to police charges is now up to detectives. The Education Department says it won't be intervening, claiming there's nothing to suggest what happened that weekend was related to the girls' school in any way. The department also says it will leave the matter in the hands of police. Adam McILRICK, NBN News. Despite its modest facade, the James Theatre is the place to be seen. That goes for producer, performer, punter and picture. Inside, a short film started the long weekend.
I've got my car, so...
4 wheels and a bunch of knobs. Can't grab them. Grasp the knobs.
Today, the weather gave the town a natural silver screen, and if you've been well received in Dungog, you've done good. This festival a place to show your wares.
I guess it's gregarious like the film. Showing your product on your home turf to your own mob is quite a challenge, and it's the real litmus test.
As far as attendance goes, this festival has grown 8-fold since the first weekend in 2007. Of course, there are growing pains, and yes, not everyone is so welcoming. But for businesses at least, this weekend is their blockbuster. What's been the most popular coffee here at the moment?
Or chai latte. We're getting a good hit with those, and soy milk.
A bold request in this dairy farming country, but it's the region's mining industry which helped secure the festival's major sponsor, and it's defended its involvement.
I just find it incredible that people could question support for something that is so good.
It could be the makings of a new Aussie drama to rival those out of Hollywood. Adam McILRICK, NBN News. Just wanting to make the final 15, the girl from Newcastle smashed all expectations, beating 80 other foreign beauties to first prize.
The first runner-up is USA.
And the winner, Universe 2004, Australia.
In front of a worldwide audience of 1.5 billion people, Jennifer Hawkins was presented with the crown, encrusted with 800 diamonds and worth a shade over $350,000. Decadence far beyond the realms of life in Holmesville near Newcastle, where late this afternoon, Jennifer's mum, dad and sister were rushed away, packed off for more media duties. Must be quite a good thing, must be proud, mum.
I am very proud.
What are the feelings like at the moment?
Oh, very nervous actually, I'm very confused.
How did you find out?
By phone. So yeah, it was very, very, very exciting.
Have you spoken to her?
No, not yet, we can't wait.
Family friends stopped by, just missing the Hawkins as they were taken away.
Our kids grew up together.
What was she like?
Oh, she was just another kid in the street.
Her road to the Miss Universe pageant began here. Once a cheerleader for the Newcastle Knights, her former boss says it's little wonder she's taken top honours.
She's very modest and very down to earth. She's a lovely, lovely girl and full of life and fun and just a pleasure to work with, really.
Not since 1972 has Australia celebrated such a win, and Jennifer's bound to keep on doing just that. The next 12 months shapes up to be a life as glitzy and glamorous as the pageant night itself. So you don't think she'll make a return to the cheerleading ranks?
Well, we'd like to see her there. By all means, there's a spot open there for her, but I think she's going to be pretty busy for the next 12 months at least.
Adam McILRICK, NBN News. Try telling these would-be performers not to look at the camera. When you're backstage at Starstruck, even acting naturally comes with a song and dance, a spin and a smile. A sea of sequins and sleeping bags.
3 nights and a day with primary school children, plus the rehearsal days. It's a huge time and need to be comfortable and set up for the week.
Even in moments of solitude, you can't escape Starstruck. The 3,500 students won't let you. So whereabouts are you guys from? Why? It's the ultimate dress-up with a preparation to match.
And an enormous amount of time, mainly by the mums, and a very good dressmaker.
So tell us, running repairs.
Running repairs, that's right. Throughout the day, we're always having to sew a few things.
And always done quickly.
You know, we've got about a 6 to 7 minute window in getting them over there.
They practice their lines on the way, or in this case, one very super word.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Can you spell it?
Yeah. No. Yes.
OK, we'll take their word for it. This is where the show comes together: the costumes, the choreography, the crowd, the choir. The show wraps up tomorrow night. Adam McILRICK, NBN News.